Alright, peace world. This is Caius, and Caius, the producer Caius. If you guys aren't very familiar with this stuff, he's been on a compilation with Bob 42JH, and he's worked with me on a few tracks, some of which you guys won't hear for a while. And I should probably say, hey, BeNeVoLeNcE. But yeah, okay. We'll get started with this interview here. And all right, Caius, where did you get your musical name from?
That's not as exciting as everyone else's story, unfortunately. The name Caius actually came from a dream. Same dream that I got my tattoo from. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not. Just look at my Facebook and you'll see it. From that point, outside of course being a music producer, I also do writing as well. And throughout a few stories, the name Caius seemed to pop up quite a bit as one of pretty much the main character of most of the stories. To tell the truth, that sort of explains a lot about the music. The person Caius went through a lot of things, and to tell the truth, a lot of the song titles are actually things that Caius has done in his stories. So in a way, the producer Caius is telling about the stories of Caius and his fantasy life.
Wow. I gotta say, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I have to say, we work so closely, like hand in hand, and I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Isn't that a shame?
Character, he makes his story, and he also does his own music for his story. So, yeah, it's the story of Caius right there.
All right. Next question. When did you start doing music?
I can't even recognize. Music in general, I started doing that in about 2004, 2005. I started off just doing acoustic guitar. Eventually I got into bass, I got into drums, I was in the pianos and the keys. It was a whole bunch of just realistic instruments, and then when I actually started doing hip-hop music was in 2006. Started off with Magic Studio, and then it pretty much launched off from there. Just started producing.
Next question. Would you like any of these?
I love this.
Yeah, you guys, this stuff is the greatest stuff in the world, I swear. Yeah, seaweed, crackers, yeah. Anyway, next question. What made you or influenced you to do music?
I'm a pretty big fan of video games. However, one video game that has definitely left an imprint on me ever since I've been maybe 10, 11 years old is Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Yeah, beautiful music ever since day one, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, in an attempt to recreate and try to make some beautiful music of my own, I picked up the acoustic guitar, started messing around with the bass, and then from there I actually found that I was pretty decent with instruments, so I got into a band. Most of you probably won't know this, but it was actually a metal band. Death metal band. On top of that, with screeching and hardcore double bass and stuff like that. However, the band disbanded. No one really was doing their part. The band sort of sucked to begin with. It was just more fun than anything. So I thought, you know what? I'm doing music so much better than the people that I was doing music with at the time. I might as well try to do it myself. So I picked up the studio, and then from there, at first, I may admit it may have started off as, okay, I can do better than these guys. I can show them how. I thought if maybe I could show these guys how to do music, I can sort of lead the band and bring the band back together. Of course, doing a few quick examples quickly turned into doing hip-hop and electronica and all the music genres that I deal with now, and I found that I definitely love it, and it's actually a better way to bring out the beauty I've always wanted to bring out in music. So that's pretty much how it began.
Sweet. You got a story, definitely. You got a story there.
Tell the story.
Alright, I'm gonna go flip it up for this question. If you would be signed to a label, what label would it be? Oh. Even if you don't know the name of it, you can say the artist, label or, whatever, that's fine.
To tell you the truth, if they were open and even doing music, I would be totally fine working with BeNeVoLeNcE, the creator of Final Fantasy music.
Oh.
Some of you guys may know, but outside of doing hip-hop, electronica, hardcore hip-hop music, I like to do my classical, and I like to do those smooth songs that don't have a beat inside of them whatsoever. And if I can do both, and BeNeVoLeNcE has his own rock band, and he also makes music for Final Fantasy and tons of other games. If I can make beautiful music for games so people can experience the moment, and also do hip-hop and other band-related things that people can jam out to, that would be the best thing I could do.
That's dope. Okay, alright.
Some hell of a question.
I feel you. I was like, it just came to my mind. So, what musical moments define you as an artist? Not one moment. I mean, like, when you, what do you describe as you being Caius, the artist, the alternate persona?
To tell you the truth, I mean, being a producer, you don't really get that many moments of fame when you're in front of people and you're showing off stuff. But at one point, I had an ex-girlfriend, a couple of her friends, a couple of my friends, and like pretty much everyone that I considered my family, all within like one nice contained room. At that point, everyone was interested, like, what does Brandon do? What does Caius do? Even as the person Brandon, I'm a very sort of an unknown person. So to be actually looked at and be like, Brandon, Caius, what do you do? I think that was one of the bigger moments where this is what I do, and it was all about me at that one moment. And I don't have too many moments. I'm a producer. I don't rap. I don't sing. I don't do any flashy tricks. I make music, and people enjoy it or they don't. Now when it comes to moments in general, I'm pretty much me to my fullest when I'm in the middle of a song. The intro can be a little shaky. The end might be like a nice jet, flying down and landing perfectly, or it could be like crashing into a lake. But it's right in the middle when I'm soaring in the sky, making my music. In the middle of a song or finishing up a song, that usually I'm just me. And to tell you the truth, outside of those moments when I'm totally stuck listening in the middle of a song and no one can talk to me because I'm too deep into the song to listen to anyone, that's when I'm me the most.
Oh.
That defines me the most.
Wow. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. Here we go. If you had to choose a particular song to describe, to really represent you, would be a better word, to represent you as an artist, or even as a person, what would it be?
These questions, hear these questions and they're just like, oh, what am I gonna say to them?
This song right now is like perfect. It reminds me of like those really hard questions they ask on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
When you're about to either lose $1 million.
Yeah. This next question means $1 million.
If I had to choose any one song represent me the most, I'm really stuck between two songs. And to tell you the truth, they're really old songs that not many people have heard of. The first one I'd have to say is BeNeVoLeNcE Wish.
BeNeVoLeNcE Wish, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the name can tell you a whole bunch of things, but to tell you the truth, you have to listen to the song. It begins off with a very hip-hoppy type of feel. I come from a very human, very basic very African American male lifestyle type of living, pretty much. Well, once you, even though I have the basics or the beats of this, basic lifestyle, eventually the main riff for the section of it transforms into like this very beautiful, gorgeous section that shows depth and a little bit of epic spice to it. So when you listen to the beat that was used in the intro basic part and the beautiful riff that comes with it, that explains it the most. However, there's another one, and I'd have to say Constellation. Constellation is on the Passion CD, one of my very first CDs as well. It's beat, it's pretty basic, but it's all in the riff, it's all in the piano, it's all like the beauty of it as well. I think, you may not think those beats are my most beautiful. I mean, there's tons of things that people think are very, very beautiful when I make them, but those two beats, they have a certain meaning to me, and I think they represent me the most. Alright,
next question. How come I haven't heard any of these songs? Okay, alright. That's something for the fans also out there. I'm sure they're like, man, he has like 6 CDs? What? I've never heard of this. And I didn't just say that, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. What do you do outside of your music?
Music, as I was saying earlier, I do story writing as well. The Adventures of Caius, he's in 2 or 3 different books. He does quite a bit of things, and all of his adventures become a song. So I do that. I'm actually quite a bit of a hobby horse, I guess you can call it. I do tarot readings. I like to read, religious stuff, some science fiction, just to sort of back up my beliefs and be like, alright, that applies to me as well. I do massage, I do sparring, usually martial arts.
Man.
And I also am a total geek for Magic the Gathering.
Whoa, that's okay. Alright.
Huge geek for that. I usually do video games too, but I haven't been into that recently. So Diablo 3, hurry up and come out, because I swear to God, keep teasing me.
Yeah, it's like the next release of BeNeVoLeNcE.